Hello, ladies and gentlemen, folks at home. We are live. We have some much anticipated news here today to go over with. The PlayStation Showcase is official. That's right, folks at home. The Snoy fanboys this time next week are going to be eating good because the PlayStation Showcase is next week. And it's not a state of play, okay? It is a PlayStation Showcase. And the last time Sony pulled the curtain back on a PlayStation Showcase was, I believe, in 2020. So this is years in the making. This is not a state of play. It is a PlayStation Showcase. And Sony is ready to pull that curtain back on the future of PlayStation 5. 1 week from today. So if you are excited, wrestling face coming through, that's what we're talking about. Jerry Lawler, remember, for 11 months. Well, hopefully Jerry Lawler's doing better. We certainly wish the best for Jerry Lawler. Starlink coming through, member for 17 months. Oh, my God. We're not going to make this about Jerry Lawler. If you guys want to go watch the Jerry Lawler video again, then be my guest. Guys, we're not talking about Jerry Lawler in here. How hard is that to understand? You know, I said best wishes to Jerry Lawler. I don't hate Jerry Lawler. You know, Jerry Lawler's a nice guy. He got his autograph. But you guys are obsessed with Jerry Lawler. Well, go kiss him or something. I don't know, dude. So this time next week, the PlayStation Showcase, they're going to pull the curtain back, share the stream, like the stream, do what you can. Because I'm seeing Marlin Gaming Nation pull in 500 viewers. I'm seeing MBG pull in 2K viewers for this crap. And, you know, look, as a PlayStation 5 owner, I would argue they have yet to make one good game on that damn system. I haven't played one exclusive that was actually mind-blowing. I have yet to see anything that actually takes advantage of the hardware, the capabilities of the hardware that we were sold, that it was so fast, and that it was just this marvelous SSD and the memory bandwidth and all of this shit. And that's what we're going to have to see here. You know, this time next week, I want Sony to come out, put their foot down, and say this is the future of PlayStation 5. No PS4 titles. Pure PS5 software built from the ground up on that hardware, and quite frankly, software that is compelling, quite frankly, software that is worthwhile. That is what we need to see next week. That is what we need to see next week for the PlayStation Showcase, because we know the big showcase for Xbox is coming and the big Starfield Direct is coming on June 11th, and that's a Bethesda title. It's going to be hundreds and hundreds of hours long. So what does Sony have to show for it? More movie games that might have woke themes? Well, if that floats your boat, then maybe tune in next Wednesday. Look, I'm hyped, I'm anticipated, but you have to understand this is the PlayStation way.
Skatrick1 super chatted $5. Jerry Lawler.
Oh my God, bro. Are we really going to turn this show into Jerry Lawler? You guys didn't care about Jerry Lawler until I made that video. So if anything, you know, in my opinion, Jerry Lawler was kind of irrelevant before I made that video.
It's over.
Skate Trick coming through, popping the cherry. C-Drums coming through.
Cedarman super chatted £4.99. Apologize. Bend over. And smell Mike Hunt. Nick Call.
No. Skate Trick coming through and C-Drums coming through. Guys, next week the PlayStation Showcase is happening, and I need you guys to lock in. So let's go ahead and read what they said on the PlayStation blog post here. The PlayStation Showcase next week. I'm going to try and read this, but it's very small on the screen. Actually, I think I know how to read this in a way that makes sense. Okay, here we go. This is what it says right from the PlayStation blog. Guys, we don't care about what Ed Boon is doing tomorrow. No one cares about Ed Boon's... Ed Boon has been making the same game for 30 years. Nearly 30 years. Nearly 30 years Ed Boon has been making the same game. Guys, why are you excited about Mortal Kombat? Please answer that question. It's the same game every year. Well, not every year because they don't make one every year, but every 3 years, 4 years, it's the same freaking game. Now, if they add in Chucky, Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, Leatherface, day one, no DLC, I'll buy it. But you're going to have to give me, I don't want to play as Scorpion, I don't want to play as Johnny Cage, I don't want to play as Sub-Zero, Melina, whoever these characters, we've been playing those characters, throw Kurt Cobain in there or something with the special shotgun weapon. I think that would be, we have to evolve Mortal Kombat. It can't just be blood and guts again with the same character since, for 3 decades. I mean, that's ridiculous. Nonetheless, let's go ahead and read this right here. PlayStation blog. But if Ed Boon surprises me tomorrow with the brand new Mortal Kombat, well, then we'll take a look at it. But it's going to be another Mortal Kombat game that probably brings very little new to the table because those games don't really bring anything new to the table, and yet they have their dedicated fan base, and that's fantastic. But I don't understand what's taking them so long to make these games. I mean, they should put these games out every year. These Mortal Kombat games, they should put them out every year and just update the roster a little bit, just like Madden does, because it's the same freaking game. Why wait 3 years when you can put it out every year and people will consume? It's Mortal Kombat. Well, nonetheless, the PlayStation Showcase next week. 1 week from today. So this time next Wednesday, we are going to be covering the PlayStation Showcase in a way that makes sense. And this is what it says right here on the PlayStation blog. It's almost time to see what's next. PlayStation Showcase broadcast live next Wednesday, May 24th at 1 p.m. Pacific Time, 9 p.m. British Time. The show will run a bit over an hour, focusing on PS5 and PSVR 2 games in development from top studios across the globe. Expect a glimpse at several new creations from PlayStation Studios, as well as spell-binding games from our third-party partners and indie creators. Now again, I need you guys to understand one thing right here and right now. I need you guys to understand one thing right here and right now. Guys, where is everyone at? This is massive news. This is not a state of play. This is not a state of play. It is a PlayStation Showcase. They don't do these that often. Now, granted, the last one they did in 2021, the only thing I think they showed there that was actually interesting was, I believe, Spider-Man 2. It's been so long that I don't really remember the last PlayStation Showcase, but I believe at the very end they teased Spider-Man 2. And ever since then, we have not seen anything about Spider-Man 2. So obviously here, no doubt about it, Spider-Man 2, we're going to see gameplay for that. If Spider-Man 2 is coming this year, if it's coming this year, we have to see gameplay at this PlayStation Showcase. No ifs, ands, or buts. Okay, folks? It's really that simple. And I can't wait to see Spider-Man 2. I can't wait to see Spider-Man 2. Because I want to see if they listen to my review, and I want to see if it really, pushes the PlayStation 5 to the next limit, to the next level. So we'll see on that. But again, this is a PlayStation Showcase. It is not a state of play. It's not a state of play. And state of plays are usually terrible. But this is a PlayStation Showcase. Now, the only thing that I am a little concerned about here with this PlayStation Showcase coming next Wednesday, 1 week from today, is that they're going to show off PSVR 2 titles. And I just think that's a waste of time. I really do. I don't understand the fanboy hype for this crap, this VR garbage. It's all trash. It's wasted technology. No one's going to adopt it because it's still not accessible. It's like ChatGPT. You got a bunch of nerds foaming at the mouth over this neural net shit. Well, that's fantastic. But it's not efficient. And as such, since it's not convenient to use because it's not efficient, no one's using it except, basement dwellers in their parents' basement. And that's the reality of it. So I really hope that they don't focus much on PSVR 2. It says the show is going to be over an hour long, which is going to be fantastic if they show off the right software that's compelling and worthwhile. As a PlayStation 5 owner since launch in 2020, I have yet to play anything on that console that is actually next gen. And I have played all of them. I played all of the exclusives for PS5. I have most of the exclusives for PS5. And basically, this generation so far has been a total waste. I'm not kidding. This generation so far has been a total waste. And that's on the Xbox side as well. Now, I think Xbox is going to turn that ship around very soon with Starfield. I think that's going to be their massive big game, and no one cares because it's not on PlayStation. Now, imagine if Starfield were here at the PlayStation Showcase. The hype levels would be through the freaking roof. But the Bioshock Games media won't give it a chance. So we need Sony to come out, and basically this needs to be their moment where they come out of the woodwork and they solidify the PlayStation 5's legacy going forward. COVID's over with. They don't have that excuse to rely on anymore. So with that said, it's time to come out of the gate, and it's time to sprint, and it's time to hit the home run. It's time to throw the football to the end zone, and the receiver catches it, and they score a touchdown. That's what it's time for. It's time for PlayStation to come out of the woodwork and say, this is why you need to buy a PlayStation 5 in fall of 2023, holiday 2023, and beyond. And again, this is going to be their big moment. I think these two big conferences coming up are the biggest moments in gaming in a long time. I'm not even joking. I think this PlayStation Showcase is very crucial to the legacy of the PlayStation 5 console and the future of the PlayStation 5 console going forward. And I also believe that the Xbox Starfield Direct Showcase, whatever that's even called, is a massive moment for Xbox and a massive moment for Bethesda. This is basically, the industry is dead right now. Maybe not in sales, but the industry is kind of dead right now. And it's time for these companies to come out of the woodwork and say, hey, this is why you should start caring about this shit right now. You can find a PS5 at Walmart right now. You can find a PS5 at Kmart, Target, GameStop, where have you. So you can get these consoles now. And there's just no software for these consoles. And I'm hoping that this changes very soon. I'm hoping that this changes very soon here with the PlayStation Showcase. Arthur Morgan coming through with the $225 AARS Super Chat. PlayStation has their chance to redeem themselves, start showing true PS5 exclusive next-gen titles, no more cross-gen slop with bad... That's what I'm saying. That's what we're hoping for here. That is what we're hoping for here. They need to give players, consumers, a reason to jump back in here and to care about the PlayStation 5 3 years, since release. They really do. They need to give gamers a reason to care about the PlayStation 5. And I think how you do that is you focus on the big releases here. I really hope they don't spend much time on indie games that no one cares about, because they have state of play for that. They have all the time in the world to show off these stupid PSVR 2 games and these stupid indie games that, quite frankly, no one's going to play and, quite frankly, no one cares about. They can do that at state of play. And the fact that they're going to do that here a little bit is kind of disappointing. But if they come out of the woodwork here, we know it's quite evident that Spider-Man 2 is going to be here if the game's releasing this year. Now, if they internally delayed it and it's not coming out until like 2024 or 2025, then maybe it won't be here. But if it's still on track for release later this year, Spider-Man 2, then it's obviously going to be here. And that's going to be one big main event for PlayStation, okay? Spider-Man 2. That's going to be one big main event for PlayStation, Spider-Man 2. Now, I honestly believe, and I know this sounds a little crazy, but I think we might get a tease at
It's over!
Who's interrupting my show? Who's interrupting my show? Oh, it's Terry from the Vault!
Super
well, shit, maybe we'll let you interrupt the show all day and all night.
Will save gaming.
That's what we're talking about. Hell yeah, brother. We appreciate that. Terry from the Vault coming through really hard and really strong with the $10 Super Chat. Hell yeah, brother. We appreciate that. Terry from the Vault coming through and doing so in a way that makes sense. And yeah, I said this before and I'll say it again. Guys, Zelda just sold 10 million copies in 3 days. The Nintendo fanboys spoke loud and clear that they wanted to pay $70 for the same game, and that's fantastic. That's utterly fantastic for the Nintendo fanboys. And the game is great for what it is. But did it bring anything new to the table? Is it a new IP? Absolutely not. And Starfield is going to reign supreme if Todd Howard can hit that home run and Bethesda can come up and say, we're back up on that fucking throne. And this is why you should care about Starfield. It's really that simple. It's really that simple. So yes, Starfield has a massive opportunity here to make a damn point. But getting back to the PlayStation Showcase here, I'm going to tell you this right here, right now. I honestly believe, and I know this is a little far-fetched, okay, but this is the future of the PlayStation 5 going forward, 2024 and beyond. I think we might get a tease of Ghost of Tsushima 2. I think we might get a tease of Ghost of Tsushima 2. Nothing concrete, no gameplay, but just to say that it is confirmed and is coming. I think that is what's going to happen. I think we will get a CGI trailer of Ghost of Tsushima 2 here at the PlayStation Showcase. This is my prediction. Could very well be off base here. But I think you have to kind of come out of the woodwork and say this is what we're working on, and this is why you should care about the PlayStation 5 going forward for the next few years. Ghost of Tsushima 2 teaser confirms it. Boom. That's what I think you need to do. It's been 3 years since Ghost of Tsushima. They've had plenty of time to work something together. It's going to be the same game, basically, with a new coat of paint and PS5 graphics, and hopefully they've added physics into the damn thing, because watching those pre-canned animations after you slash a bunch of fucking enemies over and over and over again got very tiresome. And quite frankly, it's inexcusable. So I think we get a Ghost of Tsushima 2 CG teaser to confirm that it's actually in development and stuff like that, and PlayStation 5 exclusive. They don't give a year or anything like that. They just say it's coming. Ghost of Tsushima 2. So I think we're going to get Spider-Man 2. I think we're going to get Ghost of Tsushima 2 teaser. And there's word on the street that there's going to be a Metal Gear Solid 3 remake. Now, why are they remaking Metal Gear Solid 3? Fuck if I know. I played that game and it was terrible. You roam around as Big Boss. I thought you were Solid Snake when I was playing it because they look similar. I don't know the storyline in those games because you have to be on LSD to understand that shit. You know, but you roam around as Big Boss, and you play survival in the woods. And, you know, it's a cool game, I guess, but it's not good. So I have no interest in that. I mean, it depends on who's making. I mean, if Blue Point is making the game, graphically, it'll be something special, I guess, but do I really want to play Metal Gear Solid 3 again? No, you don't even play as Solid Snake, yet it looks like Solid Snake. So is it a clone? Is Big Boss a clone of Solid Snake? I've never understood those stupid games. They're very weird and they're very odd, but again, it's Kojima and everyone sucks his fucking cock. Regardless, that is rumored to be at the PlayStation Showcase. So 3 things here that we maybe are anticipating. We know Spider-Man 2 is going to be here. That's a lock, okay? Ain't no doubt about it. Spider-Man 2 is going to be here. I'll be very fucking shocked, and this will be a total waste of time if it's not. So Spider-Man 2 at the PlayStation Showcase, Ghost of Tsushima 2 teaser. I haven't heard any of this anywhere. This is just what I'm thinking. Because I think you have to tease it. I think you have to confirm it. And, you know, it excites gamers, and, you know, they don't have to really show off anything. Just some CGI trailer of some fucking samurai of whatever his name is, Jin, in the fields, the empty, barren wasteland fields of the open world that is so mediocre. And you just show that with PS5 graphics and the wind and the horse flies behind him and shit like that and the sunset and, you know, the silhouette. I mean, I can put that trailer together for free if Sony asked. Nonetheless, yeah, I think we see Ghost of Tsushima 2 teaser. We probably won't, but we might. You know, there's always a possibility. So, Ghost of Tsushima 2 teaser, CG teaser, no gameplay, nothing concrete, just, you know, to say, hey, we're working on this game, officially confirmed by Sucker Punch. And then you have Spider-Man 2, of course, gameplay, first gameplay for that, and hopefully it blows me away. And then I think you have that stupid Metal Gear Solid 3 remake that literally no one is asking for. And I think that might be it, to be totally frank. I mean, I don't know how long this showcase is going to run for. Obviously, we know it's going to be over an hour long, but we don't know if the showcase is going to be, we don't know. And someone's trying to interrupt the show in real life, and, you know, if they're going to do that on my set, well, they better come out here and provide some content. Nonetheless, those are the 3 big games that I'm anticipating here for the play. Well, actually, let me back the train up here a little bit. Silent Hill 2, that has already been confirmed. I don't know when that was confirmed, last year or some shit. I can't keep track of when these they announce these games like 7 years in advance, so it's hard to keep track of when these games are actually coming and when they announce them and stuff like that, you know, things like that. But Silent Hill 2, they might show off Silent Hill 2. We'll see. Not that I'm excited for that. Never was a big fan of Silent Hill 2, but I know everyone else was, and that's fantastic, and I'm glad you guys are going to have your fun in the sun with that Bloober garbage. Terrible, terrible developer. They just don't know what they're doing. You know, they had the Blair Witch IP. You could have did so much with the Blair Witch IP, and they just failed to understand what made it tick, failed to understand what made it work. And they made some generic layers of fear clone in the woods. Like, oh yeah, you know, we got the Blair Witch IP, you know, let's do something cool and outside of the box with that. No, they didn't. They did the bare minimum, if that even. So I have no faith in the Silent Hill 2 remake, not only because the Silent Hill 2 game itself is overrated garbage, but Bloober sucks. So it's not a win-win for me. I mean, maybe on the graphics side it'll be cool, and maybe it'll be a bit scarier because the second game isn't really that scary. The first game is scary. The first Silent Hill game is fucking scary. It's truly terrifying. And that game, the first Silent Hill game, gets neglected. It's never in the conversation. No one ever talks about it. It's never been remade, never been remastered. So, I don't know why. But Silent Hill 2 is like this stupid-ass love story, and, your wife's dead because James, whatever his name is, it's just a dumb thing. It's a dumb game. But we'll probably see that here. Silent Hill 2. Shattered Memories is better than that game. I'll tell you that. Way more outside of the box, way more interesting and intriguing, and just a lot more going on there than another retread of some stupid hallucination story about, James and his wife, and she's dead, and she's come back to haunt him, and he doesn't know she's dead, and whatever the dumbass story is. It's really terrible. Some stupid Hallmark love story or some shit with a little sci-fi twist in there, So those are I think the four big games here. Now some people were saying GTA 6, and that's just no, absolutely not. Anyone thinking that is a stupid idiot. If you're thinking that GTA 6 is going to be teased here, then you're out of your gourd. It's as simple as that. If you think GTA 6 is going to be teased here, quite frankly, you are out of your gourd. It's that simple. There ain't going to be no damn GTA 6 here. And I quite frankly, I don't want it to be here. We want Rockstar to show it off when they're fucking ready. And they will probably do that on their own terms. They don't need PlayStation Showcase to GTA 6 is bigger than any of this shit right here. Like, literally any of the games that they're showing here in the PlayStation Showcase, GTA 6 is bigger. So there's literally, I don't know who's saying that, but they're quite frankly stupid. Because if you show off GTA 6 here in this PlayStation Showcase, there's no point to show off anything else because it's going to be just stupid. It's just stupid. So that obviously isn't happening. So that's where we're thinking right now for the PlayStation Showcase. Spider-Man 2, that's obviously going to be here. I'm thinking for the big surprise, Ghost of Tsushima 2 gets CGI trailer confirmation. Maybe some Silent Hill 2 remake stuff. Maybe some Metal Gear Solid 3 remake stuff. But I think those are the big things for the PlayStation Showcase. Nothing necessarily all that exciting, to be frank. I mean, obviously, Spider-Man 2, that's what we want to see more of. And we'll see how the cookie crumbles there. But right now, I'm going to lower my expectations here. Because, honestly, the last PlayStation Showcase wasn't that impressive in 2021. They didn't have much to show. They showed off the teaser for Spider-Man 2 and said it's coming in 2023, I believe. And here we are in 2023, 1 week away for the PlayStation Showcase. And hopefully Insomniac is ready to pull that curtain back. Hopefully Insomniac is ready to pull that curtain back. Guys, they're not bringing back dead games and dead franchises. You have to look at Ubisoft. They have redesigned their entire studio to basically make nothing but Ash Creed games at this point, and maybe a few Far Cry games here and there. They don't make any other games anymore outside of dumbass live service multiplayer games that bring literally nothing new to the table. So, these companies are only going to, make the shit that works, is guaranteed to work. I mean, I'm sure we'll see some new IPs here, but hopefully they're not on the indie side. Let's just put it that way. We want to see AAA new IPs. I don't want to see no dumbass indie shit like for PSVR 2. They need to drop PSVR 2. That shit needs to just be fizzled out already. I don't know why they even made that thing. It's bogging the entire gaming industry down because, they're going to stick with it for a couple of more years and then, they're going to pull a PS Vita and then just never make any other games for it in the next year or so for it because it's obviously not a success. Even if they drop the price for PSVR 2, no one's buying PSVR 2. No one wants that crap. It's cool technology for fucking Reddit nerds and Reset Era nerds and Twitter nerds and internet users in general, but it's not, it doesn't clearly have its, I'm not going to argue about VR in here, but clearly if it were for gaming, it would have taken off already. And it hasn't. So that proves my point that it isn't for gaming. Now, I'm not saying there's nothing to play on VR. There's obviously cool experiences on VR, but there's no need to invest more time and money into this trash that just, quite frankly, no one gives a fuck about. I mean, it's just that simple. Oh, and another game that they might show off is the Last of Us 2 multiplayer, or whatever that's called. Last of Us Factions. That's another thing. They'll probably show that off, and that'll be the big one. That'll be another big one. So if we don't get Ghost of Tsushima 2 teaser trailer, then or Silent Hill 2 or Metal Gear Solid 3 remake, then I guarantee we're going to get something from Naughty Dog with the multiplayer for The Last of Us. You know, they've been talking about that for years. It's been like 4 years in the making for that damn thing. Where the hell's that game at? Apparently it's more ambitious than anything they've ever done before with the multiplayer stuff. And I guess they wanted to do it right and made it a standalone thing. But with that said, I think we will see that as well. So Neil Druckmann might come out and say, hey, by the way, we are almost ready to go with the Last of Us Factions, Last of Us multiplayer, whatever that's called. And either it launches sometime late this year or next year, but I could see that happening. Absolutely. I could see the Last of Us multiplayer being announced as well, and an official release date or just gameplay of that and just really what that is, because they haven't really showed it off. So I could see that coming. The Last of Us multiplayer, Neil Druckmann. Guys, let's hit that like button. Come on. Show your support. Hit the like button. If you're excited for the PlayStation Showcase, let's hit that like button, folks. I'm not excited because I'm going to lower my expectations right now. I mean, I'm obviously curious to see what Spider-Man 2 is all about. It's built from the ground up on the PlayStation 5. I really need to see some serious shit. And I need to see a game that looks very different from Miles Morales, and I need to see a game that looks very different from Spider-Man 2018. And if they show more of the same that just looks like DLC, over-glorified DLC with better graphics, then I'm going to be disappointed, to be quite frank. So it really depends on how they show it off, and if they show it off in a way that makes sense. And really, if it is spectacular looking, it really needs to kind of go above and beyond for me to care about Spider-Man 2 at this point, because if they're just going to put out the same game that they've been doing for the last 4 or 5 years, it's not going to be that interesting, to be totally frank. It's not going to be that interesting.
It's over!
That I know and that I can tell you. Let's go, baby. Holy shit.
Midnight
Holy
Shepherd super
shit.
chatted $19.99. The Last of the Snoy.
Yeah, The Last of Us, that's what we're talking about. Midnight Shepherd coming through really hard and really strong with the $20 super chat. Hell yeah, brother, we appreciate that. The Midnight Shepherd coming through really hard and really strong with the $20 super chat. Hell yeah, brother, we appreciate that. Midnight Shepherd coming through really hard and really strong with a $20 super chat. Yeah, we're going to probably see The Last of Us Factions, and I think everyone's going to be blown away by that. So Neil Druckmann is cooking, and when he's ready to serve the hungry, angry, rabid dogs, you might very well be impressed, and I think that's going to happen in 1 week from now at the PlayStation Showcase. What are your damn, 300 people in here. Wow, you guys have picked up the pace in here, and we appreciate that very much so. Consider hitting the like button, and if you are new here, let's subscribe so we can all see how much of a snooze fest this showcase is going to be. Hopefully it's not. I don't want to come into this negative, but, you know, I'm going to lower my expectations. Some people got their expectations way up here because look at the last PlayStation Showcase. Was it really that fantastic? Did they show off Wolverine there too? I don't remember. I don't know when they showed off Wolverine. It might have been that. But I know they showed off Spider-Man 2, and they said Spider-Man 2 is coming.
It's over!
And speaking of coming, someone's doing that right now. Triadic Bus coming through.
Triadic Bus super chatted $5. I was watching you shower this morning, and I just thought about how
well, I
there's
haven't
a lot
showered
of
in like
meat
2
on that
weeks, so
phone. Not
I
that
don't
I'm complaining.
really shower.
I like.
There's no point. It's too much work.
Bear.
My arms get tired when you gotta, put shampoo in the hair. So it's just a lot of energy exerted in the shower, and it's just like, well, I'd rather not. Nonetheless, Triadic Bus coming through. Hell yeah, brother, we appreciate that. Following the massive three-pointer from Midnight Shepherd, coming through so hard and so strong, and we do appreciate all the support. Especially last night, you guys came through so fucking hard. I mean, Jesus Lord. So the PlayStation Showcase is next week, 1 week from today. Tomorrow is the unveil of the new Mortal Kombat game, and I see some Mortal Kombat shills in here shilling that game, and it's like, I don't know what you guys want. or excited about. It's the same game. They've been making the same. The only Mortal Kombat game that was actually exciting was when they actually did something different with the damn franchise. And, you could roam around the open world. I think it was Mortal Kombat Deception. I played that on Xbox. And you could actually roam around in the world. And I thought, well, this is cool. Over. And then they, of course, dropped something that was cool because it's an anti-fun industry.
Clad in Shadows 99 super
so they continue to make
$10.
That's what we're talking about. Shadows 99, Clad in Shadows 99 coming through with the 10. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate that. Clad in Shadows 99 coming through with the 10. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate that. We are live, ladies and gentlemen, talking about the announcement of the PlayStation Showcase. It just got announced earlier today. And we are sharing our predictions and things of that nature. We're, of course, going to be covering this on May 24th, live and reacting to it. And I have about 4 predictions. I said, obviously, Spider-Man 2 is going to be there. There's no doubt about it. My wild card prediction is Ghost of Tsushima 2 teaser, CGI teaser, no gameplay, no release date, just a CGI trailer that says, hey, this is coming for PS5. I guarantee it. I mean, at this point, it just seems like a no fucking brainer. Because that's a big PlayStation game. It's an internet darling game, and I think that's where you showcase it right here at the PlayStation Showcase. Silent Hill, Metal Gear Solid 3 remake. The Last of Us as well. We're going to get Last of Us multiplayer stuff. I don't know if that game's going to launch this year. I don't think they're ready for that. I think 2024 maybe. Spring of 2024, some stupid shit like that probably. Because these games take 20 years to make now. It's getting more and more ridiculous. It really is. I mean, think about it. It's like, why can't we shorten up the workflow? Are the games too ambitious? Are the games too big? I don't get it. The workflow needs to be shortened up. It's getting ridiculous. I mean, these games take 6 years to make, 10 years to make for some games, from conception to gold. It's almost a 10-year process. And it's just like, well, if we're at that right now, what's it going to be like in the next 5 to 10 years? Is it going to be a 20-year wait for some of these games? It's getting ridiculous. It's getting ridiculous. I thought the architecture in these new consoles was to cater and pander to developers because they said the cell architecture was just, it was very powerful and it was unbelievable at the time and stuff like that. But it was just a bottleneck, or not a bottleneck, but it was just one of those things where I guess they couldn't quite put their finger on it and make it make sense in a way that helped with development for games. I don't know. I'm not a game developer, but I'd love to talk to one because I have questions, and it'd be interesting. Nonetheless, the architecture, I can't say that word, but, it's easier, it's more accessible now for developers to make these games, and yet we're seeing just these massive gaps. I mean, it's been 10 years since GTA 5. That is fucking insane. I'm sorry. It's absolutely asinine. Now, you can't blame Rockstar. I don't think they knew that GTA Online was going to be this big of a fucking success. Obviously, they had an idea and an inkling like, yeah, this is going to be massive. But I don't think they thought when they made that game in whenever the fuck they started making GTA 5, that they thought the game was going to have a 10-year fucking run. I don't think they thought that. Maybe they did. I don't know. I don't work at Rockstar. But nonetheless, now at this point, when you make these games, you basically say, hey, we're making a game that's never going to have,
it's over,
an end of cycle period. Holy shit, Richard North is coming through, baby. Richard North is coming through. That's what we're talking about. Why are we losing viewers in here? We just dropped 50 viewers. There was 300 people in here. Just go watch MBG then. Jesus. Richard North coming through. Hell yeah. By the way, appreciate that really hard and really strong. Richard North firing it up with a $20 super chat. Hell yeah. By the way, appreciate that. We are live, ladies and gentlemen. Richard North coming really hard and really strong. The PlayStation Showcase is next week. But here's the beauty of this is that Xbox is still going after. So they have time to refine their showcase, refine their event if they need to. You know what I mean? So PlayStation's going first here. next week. And then on June 11th, Xbox is going. And then there's going to be a Ubisoft Cup. So there's just a lot of gaming news here within the next month or so. A lot of gaming news happening here. And tomorrow we get Mortal Kombat. I don't know what they could really show off in Mortal Kombat that I just don't understand. It's like, bro, they've been literally making this. Like, I played Mortal Kombat X, Mortal Kombat 11. I think I have the newest one. I think I put it in for 5 minutes. Who's on the cover of Mortal Kombat 11? That's the last one, right? Is it Scorpion? Is it like a yellow? It's a yellow cover with Scorpion on it, right? And it says Mortal Kombat 11. I think I have that, and I think I played it for literally 10 minutes and turned it off. It's just like, it's only fun if you're playing with someone else. Like, if you're battling someone else. Those games are not fun when you play with a CPU. It's boring as shit. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, look, if they have a new single-player component to the Mortal Kombat, the new Mortal Kombat game tomorrow, then that'll be interesting. But, like, they're going to have to just do something new with that. Like, I don't know how you could just keep making the same game for literally 30 years. That's ridiculous. I mean, Madden's different because it's based off a real-life sport. It's got integrity there. And they're on a 1-year dev cycle, so they can't really do too much with it. And, these gamers have these stupid expectations where it's like, oh, yeah, we want them to rewrite the entire game code. And it's like, why don't you go fucking do it and see how... Yeah, you can't. It's literally impossible. But, Ed Boon makes the same game every 3 years, and everyone just, like, foams at the mouth because it's Mortal Kombat. Well, that's cool, yeah, but... You're basically buying the brand at this point instead of like an actual game that brings something new to the table. It's like, well, I mean, how do you reinvent Mortal Kombat? I think there's plenty of ways to do that. I think there's a lot of ways you can reinvent Mortal Kombat, but they fail to do that every time, to be totally frank. But maybe this time around it'll be good, or at least worthwhile. I don't know. I mean, I'm tired of playing these fighting games. Like, yeah, you're catering to the esports crowd. Cool. Okay. That shit didn't exist back in the 90s. I mean, they had tournaments and stuff, but it wasn't like it is today where it's like a professional fucking sport. Like, you're telling me that an esport athlete is like LeBron James? No. That's not a sport. Like, don't even get me started on that bullshit. It's ridiculous. Sitting around playing video games is not a fucking sport. Sorry. Especially trash-ass games like that. It's as simple as that. Yeah, you guys want to play that Scorpion shit? Like, finish him! For fucking 30 years straight. Like, yeah, we get it. It's cool, and you got nostalgia for it. Great. And it, shaped the industry at one point. It was like one of the most violent games of all time. But what more can you do with that shit? Just add in new characters? Like fucking... who were they going to try and add in Mortal... There was rumors that they were going to put Michael Myers in Mortal Kombat 11 and all this shit, and it never happened. But they're putting Nicolas Cage in Dead by Daylight. I'm not even joking, bro. They're putting Nicolas Cage in Dead by Daylight. That seems better than fucking Mortal Kombat, But all these multiplayer games are garbage. I mean, it's really... So, I mean, if they develop a new single-player component to Mortal Kombat, like, sort of like Deception, but more refined and just obviously a lot better, I think that could be interesting. Give single-player gamers a reason to play this shit. And not just esports fanatics and multiplayer fiends. I mean, you gotta cater and pander to the single player gamer. That's what PlayStation does so well. They make these cinematic movie games that are just hours and hours and hours worth of cutscenes. And most of these games have woke themes, and that's their audience. They all voted Clinton, which is fair. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. You do you, but. That's primarily their audience. And, over here, Xbox is on the other side of it, Xbox is putting out a fucking classic deep RPG experience that's literally catering towards gamers. And it's going to be on Game Pass day one for, however much Game Pass is to subscribe for. I mean, sometimes they have that $1 deal, and it's like, Jesus Christ, you can't fucking beat that. You know what I mean? So what does PlayStation have here? Spider-Man 2? Last of Us multiplayer, Silent Hill 2 remake, Metal Gear Solid 3 remake, Ghost of Tsushima 2 possibly. I mean, okay. Spider-Man 2 is obviously their main event. No doubt about it. No matter which way you slice it, Spider-Man 2 is their main event. And I see some stupid idiot saying that they're going to open this up with Spider-Man 2. Guys, if they open this up with Spider-Man 2, then it's going to be the biggest show of all time. Because if they open up that strong and end with some like PSVR 2 garbage, terrible pacing, and it's going to be a terrible show. So either you end with Spider-Man 2 gameplay and say, hey, this is when it's coming, official release date, here's the gameplay, here's some new features, and they get Insomniac to talk about the game and stuff like that, then that makes sense. But if you open with Spider-Man 2, well, then you're not going to have anything left to show for. That's as strong. Unless they have another big surprise, and they could. Some people are going to say, well, Death Stranding 2, and it's like, why do we need to see why is Death Stranding, why did they make Death Stranding 2? Why are they not making the games gamers want? Where is the horror game from Kojima? Who cares about PT? Just make another. You know what I mean? Why are we doing the same thing over and over and over again? Delivery simulator. And, they've ruined Death Stranding. Death Stranding has been ruined by Kojima himself. The only good version of Death Stranding is the initial version of Death Stranding. The Gold Edition, or whatever it's called, the Director's Cut, is trash. It's the worst version of the game. Well, graphically and fidelity-wise, it's the best version. But nonetheless, they've added so many of these stupid features that cater and pander to the gamer and make it more convenient to make the deliveries. And it's just like it ruins the entire premise of the game. It does, because you can, shoot out of a cannon in the Director's Cut and do all this shit. It's like, well, yeah, you don't have to, but it's still there, and it wasn't there in the beginning. So the pure version of Death Stranding is the Director's Cut is the initial version of Death Stranding, and the Director's Cut is some normie-ass trash that you shouldn't play. So for Death Stranding 2, I can't imagine how dumb that game is. I don't know why Kojima's wasting time with that. Unless the gameplay is totally different. I mean, it might very well be. Maybe it's a totally different game, just, and that's what we're looking for. Look, it is Kojima. I mean, the stories never make sense, but if the gameplay loop is totally different than the first game, then it might be interesting and enticing. But I'm looking for something new here at this showcase, and I certainly hope we get at least one title that's a brand new IP from a big studio that says, hey, yep, built from the ground up on PS5, exclusive to PS5. Just give me a reason to care as a fucking PS5 player, because right now I have mine unplugged. But then again, I have my Xbox unplugged too. There's just nothing to play. We know Zelda sold like 10 million copies in 3 days, and that's fantastic for Nintendo. That franchise has been around for about 40 years, right? Something like that, 35 years, 30 years. So it's been around for a long time. And, of course it's going to sell like hotcakes. And the Switch is like the best-selling console of all time, or at least like the second or third best-selling console of all time at this point. So, of course, it's going to make sense. So nothing PlayStation can do here can probably top those numbers. They're not going to be able to top Zelda Tears of the Kingdom numbers, because selling 10 million copies in 3 days, I mean, well, GTA 6 is going to, oh, Jesus. Huh. Man, dude. Like, you just imagine working at Rockstar and knowing you're working on something that is just like a cultural phenomenon. I mean, you got to be so fucking proud of yourself. Yeah, it's hard work, and they probably crunched. You're probably at the office 24/7, but fuck it. You're working on something that is going to impact lives. You're working on something that is going to be talked about for hundreds of years from now. I mean, you're working on something that is just kind of, changing the landscape of entertainment. I mean, it's really that fucking insane. So, because it's not some Red Dead 2 shit where it's like, hey there, mister. No one cares about that woke cowboy crap. No one wants that. That's boring. The Zoomers don't even want that. They don't play that shit. And I heard some dumbasses in the chat like, oh yeah, Red Dead 2's popular. Like, no one plays that shit. It's a snooze fest. So, GTA is a massive franchise. It's bigger than anything. I mean, maybe Minecraft's bigger, but still, I think GTA 6 will probably out. Oh my God! I mean, you just think about it, and it's so fascinating. It really is. Like, they're probably working on it right now as we speak. And whenever they pull that curtain back, man, I don't know, bro. You pull the curtain back on GTA 6, even a little teaser, obviously not here at the PlayStation Showcase. That is not happening. Rockstar does it on their own terms. But you pull the curtain back on GTA 6 and the internet breaks. That's what happens. You pull the curtain back on GTA 6 and oh, man. Like, it's just like shaking the snow globe up, you know? It's just like, wow. We thought we were playing great games. No, we weren't. Now we're actually playing something that's revolutionary. It's like when Quentin Tarantino says he's making his next movie. You know, people kind of like stop and say, well, we're going to the theater to see that. And going to the theater is kind of a dead thing. You know, most people don't want to do that unless it's an established property like Marvel, where they keep making these terrible-ass Marvel movies where the superheroes, you know, come back together and they come back to life and all this crap, and these man-children just believe in this crap. And, you know, that's why, you know, Marvel makes $1 billion at the box office because, you know, they believe that Tobey Maguire is actually Spider-Man. They believe that Tom Holland is actually Spider-Man. And it's like, guys, it was just a gig, you know. It's very hard to explain, but that's one of the reasons why they're so successful. But when you have a game like GTA 6, nothing compares to it. That I can tell you. And you know, maybe later this year we will have a better understanding of what that game has to deliver. But right now, there's a lot more coming before it. So the PlayStation Showcase, Mortal Kombat tomorrow. There's going to be, you know, the new Ass Creed game is coming later this year. And they said it's kind of back to its roots, which is maybe a little exciting. We'll see. I think the game takes place in Baghdad, so I don't know if that's that interesting. I mean, maybe it is. I don't know. But they said smaller map, I believe. So, you know, maybe this new Ass Creed game, Ass Creed Merge, is actually going to bring the franchise back to its roots. That is probably sorely needed because the last Ass Creed games were fucking super bloated. At one point, they had DLC where you could just, like, literally... It was called Time Saver DLC, where you just paid to skip all the bloat because no one wants to fucking sit around and just play these missions where you go and just slash enemies up. I mean, that shit's just boring. Like, if you can't make a game, and if there's any developers watching, and I'm sure there's some developers watching, you never know who's watching this show, I'll tell you. Phil Spencer could be watching. But, you know, I mean, if you're going to make a game and you don't bring anything new to the table, in my opinion, there's really no reason to do it. Especially if you're making an open world game where you just roam around and slash enemies over and over and over again. That's quite frankly boring. It's quite frankly boring. Well, at least to me. And the looter-shooter craze is just unbelievable. And that's why it's like, well, we haven't got a real, true classic RPG in literally years. I mean, it's been so long since we've got a real, true classic RPG. And I think Starfield is going to be that game that delivers on that real, true classic RPG, and almost to a detriment. I really believe that. I really believe that Bethesda is going back to its roots, and I really believe that they're going to deliver something really good. And it might have trouble at launch. Obviously, it probably will. It's you know, a massive game. You can't ship a massive game, and because you really think about it, like, you ship out a game, the team's full of, I don't know how many people work at Bethesda, but there's only about a couple of hundred. Well, maybe, I don't know. It could be 1,000. But usually, you know, 500 to 1,000 for big studios. Well, maybe lower than that. I don't know. But, you know, a few hundred people working on a game. You ship it out to millions of people, and it's like millions of people are playing this, and it's like you have 1 million play testers finding things that you couldn't have found otherwise because it's a numbers game. When you got 1 million people playing your game, millions of people playing your game, they're obviously going to discover shit that wasn't previously, you know, able to be discovered because you have a small team. There's just no way to do that. So you can hire a QA team and say, well, break the fucking game. If I were making a game, what I would do, I would hire the top 5 speedrunners that have a knack for you know, clipping, you know, figuring these games out, and hire them, break the game when it's in development, during beta or whatever, and then you go back in and fix it. It's not hard. That's what I would do. If I were making a video game and I said, well, we want to launch something that is, a little bit more polished than what we see. We just hire the top 5 speedrunners, and we have them break the game because they have a knack for that. They have a keen eye. And then we patch it. And that way, you'll launch a game that doesn't have this like massive exploit where it's like, well, you clip through this wall and you get right to the ending. Fuck that bullshit. That's dumb. Because that's years of hard work down the drain. These devs put years of time into these games, and if I were a developer and I saw someone, if I worked on a game for like 3 years and I put everything into it, and I saw some YouTuber just go in within a matter of seconds and just beat the game, and like it's almost a spit in the face. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know if every dev, I don't know how devs feel about stuff like that. Maybe they laugh at it and they don't care about it. Maybe they embrace it. I don't know. But to me, it's just like, if you're a developer, you're putting years of your life into these games and trying to make these experiences the best that they can possibly be under the circumstances. And it's like, well, now it's out to the public, and it's like not even your game anymore, really, because, everyone's able to why are games so moddable? Let me ask you guys this. Why are gamers able to mod these games with ease? Like, I don't understand that. Why is every game moddable these days? I don't get that. What? It doesn't make sense to me. Oh, I think the PlayStation... And that's why I said, well, look, there won't be any mods for Spider-Man 2 because it's on PS5, and that I don't think has been hacked yet. If it has, it's probably not out to the public because Sony wants to patch that up. If there was this major hack for the PS5 or whatever. But so that's why you release right now on what isn't, so that way you have you don't have a tainted experience. I'm really against modding unless it's officially endorsed by the developers. I am. Look, I know these are weird opinions and weird takes, but it's just like I'm looking at it from a creative standpoint, Would Quentin Tarantino want people fucking around with his movie? No. It's his vision. It's his recipe. Let it be, It's these entitled gamers that come in and they say, well, this isn't good enough, so we're going to add more to it. We're going to enhance the experience. You're saying that essentially the game isn't good, and that you're going to make it better. Well, then maybe you should get out of your parents' basement and get a job in that field. I'm done. I'm done talking about it because it just pisses me off. It really does. Now, obviously, there's exceptions for mods, and some games like Gmod and shit like that, you can go fucking crazy with that stuff. That's what that shit's for. But when every game has to have the fucking just silly ass, Thomas the Tank Engine and all this shit. It's like, what are we doing here? It is such a disgrace. It's kind of a spit in the face. It's like you're not able to remix songs. I mean, people, DJs doing stuff, but I don't know. It's a weird conversation. I don't know. And it's not going to resonate with most people in here, so. All right, we're going to go ahead and open up the lines here. If the audio works out, I hope it does. But we'll go ahead and see if this works out in a way that makes sense. So we're going to go ahead and open up the lines. If you would like to call in here, let me see if we can make this work in a way that makes sense. And, okay. I have adjusted the audio here, and hopefully, let me see if this already broke it. No, it didn't break it. Huh. Well, we might have fixed this here. So, if you would like to call in right here and right now, the number is 818-824-4937. You can call into the show, and we'll see if we can get you on the air. 818-824-4937. If you would like to call in here on the air, now is your opportunity. 818-824-4937. Should be fixed. 818-824-4937. If you would like to call into the show, now is your opportunity to discuss the Snowy Fanboys and the showcase coming in 1 week. But maybe it isn't working. I tested it out earlier and it worked, so I guess it broke before we went live. I don't know. It is working. Let me see if this audio's okay, the audio. Okay, this is fantastic. This is fantastic. The audio is seemingly working. Hello, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Mike. I'm calling from Texas.
Oh, hell yeah, bro. Hi, Texas. Woo!
Yeah, them Cowboys. Yeah, we like them farmlands over here, you know.
Does the Alamo have a basement?
A secret basement. I believe it does. Not many people know about it, though.
Yeah. Well, what do you think about the PlayStation Showcase?
Well, I'm kind of hyped about it, but what I'm really hoping is that they show another Killzone. What do you think about Killzone?
I think that's a dead franchise. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it'd be cool.
Yeah.
It'd be cool, but I don't know if there's. You would have to bring it back and basically start from scratch. I don't even. Because no one remember. I mean, people remember it, but it's the hard. It's not the. It's not a. It wasn't a big franchise. It's not fucking Call of Duty or some shit.
Right. I mean, I think if they hire Bungie to work on it.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, Bungie. Yeah, because they own Bungie now, don't they?
Yeah, they do. So if Bungie and Guerrilla work together to make a new Killzone, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a fantastic game.
Well, you know what? That might be a surprise. Yeah, I mean, if they say Bungie's working on it, right? Bungie still had. Well, they need to get away from that Destiny 2 shit. That studio is more bigger than that. They don't need it. This Destiny crap is just getting old. They've been making that game for almost a decade now. It's like, let's move on to the next fucking IP or something and have it totally. Like, I can't imagine being. I guarantee devs are just like creatively like exhausted working on just this. Like, they're begging to work on something new. All this talent, and it's just like. Can't really go anywhere with it.
All right. Yeah, well, I just wanted to get your thoughts on that. Thank you for taking my call.
Hell yeah, bro. Appreciate that. Hell yeah. Thanks, Texas. All right. If you would like to call in, 818-824-4937. Texas just called in. And, Killzone would be interesting. I'll tell you that. Killzone would be interesting, but I just don't see that happening. But they used to make Killzone 2 had great graphics on the fucking PS, or was it PS3? I don't remember. One of those games had really good graphics. It might still hold up today. Shit looked fucking bonkers, bro. It might have been, it was either early PS3 or PS2. I can't remember. But one of those Killzone games looked really fucking good. And it might still look that damn good. But when the PS4 came out, I believe there was a Killzone game. Never played that one, though. Never played that Killzone game. Let's ban that guy right there in the chat. Unreal. All you do is complain. Well, what do you do? All you do is complain about my fucking show, so fuck off. I'm not complaining. How am I complaining? Like, what do you want? You want a different, like, maybe explain to me what you want. Oh, wait, you don't know. You want a different tone of voice? Is that what you want? Because is this off-putting? Because I know it is. So I can talk like a llama if that's what you want. Hi, everyone. Oh, my God. The PlayStation Showcase is amazing. You guys are going to love this. Join me next week. Shut up. All right, if you want to call in, now's your opportunity. 818-824-4937. Pick up your telephone and call in. Or don't. Let's see what we're more anticipated for. PlayStation Showcase for the Xbox. What is it called? Xbox. Let's just call it the Xbox Showcase. I don't know what it's officially called. What are you? God damn it. Hello, you're on the air.
Hello?
Yeah, hello, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from California, and I'm Demon Killer.
Oh, you're Demon Killer. Really?
Yeah, I'm Demon Killer.
Well, who the hell's that? Who's Demon Killer?
Huh?
Hello?
What?
Who is this?
Yeah, I'm here. Wait, hang on.
Yeah. Mute the TV in the background, bro.
I'm sorry, what? What? Hello?
Hello, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Calling from California.
Really?
Yeah.
California. You out there in L.A. or Northern California? I mean, we're California's a big state, you know?
No, just California.
What does that mean?
Ventura, California.
Northern or southern? Northern or southern?
Ventura County. I'm trying to...
I can't hear you, bro.
What?
Hello, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Ventura County.
No, I don't need specific details like that. Jesus Christ.
I'm calling from California.
Just say Los Angeles County. Jesus Christ.
Los Angeles.
There we go. All right. All right. Do you have a comment or question?
I think the showcase is gonna be good. Maybe, I don't know, but I barely play games.
Well, then we're getting you off the air. I don't want these fake gamers on my show. Get them off the air. Barely play video games, by the way. Okay, buddy. Fake gamer. Get him off the show. Unreal. All right, we just launched the poll. And the PlayStation fanboys they have infested the show yet again. Hitman Trilogy. No one cares about the new Hitman games, bro. They're trash. It's always online DRM trash. If you play those new Hitman games offline, they give you like one weapon. I'm not even joking, dude. It's trash. And everyone shills it like, oh, yeah, it's a return to form for Hitman. No, it's a soulless fucking technical demo. Like, these new devs don't understand what they had. They had something special. They ruined these franchises by putting out these soulless games that ultimately bring nothing new to the table. Hello, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Hello, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Okay. Call in and hang up. I don't know, dude. All right, let's check in on that poll here. They said the PlayStation Showcase is going to be better than the Xbox Showcase on June 11th, huh? Well, you guys are Snowy fanboys. I mean, I bet you all voted Clinton in 2016, which, I did. But then I voted Trump in 2020. She don't. If we're going to call in, let's call in. Hello, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Hello. No. Hello, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm Michael from New York.
Oh, shit, it's you. Hell yeah. Where the hell have you been, bro? Jeez.
Mr. Steam Deck. I sold my Steam Deck.
No way. No fucking way, bro. You came in here, bro. George Harrison, you came in here and you shilled that, and now you're telling me all these months later you sold the Steam Deck?
That's what you do. Is what you buy it, you play it a little bit, and it's a rental. You sell it.
Oh my God! What happened? You were on board with the Steam Deck. Why did you? What is going on?
I ended up not playing. I think it's when you really think about it, it's made for this non-existent businessman that goes on flights and doesn't have internet. So I just ended up not really using it outside of, in bed. And at that point, I'll just stream. There's no point.
So you're saying that the handheld market is in a weird spot right now because basically what you're saying is that if you already own a gaming PC desktop, there's no reason to have the Steam Deck, right?
Well, it depends. Like, there's some people who take, 2-hour commute or whatever. But when you really think about it, it's like this non-existent magic situation where, oh my God, I'm going on a flight every 3 days. and those people don't play video games either, so it doesn't matter.
It's over.
The other thing is that playing video games in public is cringe. It's just
Nerf
cringe.
super chatted $10.
If you go on the
Disney
Steam Deck
Dreamlight
subreddit, it's all
PlayStation
pictures
VR
of people with like
confirmed.
their wives
Sony
in the
about to give us
maternity
a
ward,
great
and they have a
showcase of
Steam Deck
baby
in their lap.
games for the VR.
I have a whole
Read
collection
4R
of
VR
photos of
Gutty.
people playing Steam Deck in
Uncharted
the
Remake
hospital.
Trilogy VR Gutty. Death Stranding VR Gutty.
Really?
Sony wins.
Yeah, I guess it just attracts that kind of person. But yeah, I mean, playing video games in public is it's interesting. It's interesting. You have to go outside. You have to go outside to where you would be doing something else. All right, let's go to the park. Okay, I'm gonna go to the park and look at the screen.
Yeah, it doesn't
you-
make sense. It's like an oxymoron or whatever, right? Like, if you're going to the park, like, let's have the picnic. Let's get away from the screens, you know?
I don't understand the all of the photos I see of from people who share themselves on the Steam Deck. First of all, why would you take a picture of yourself playing video games? It's weird. Second of all, it's like these people going to these like live public events and then pulling out a video game, and it's like just listen to music or something, or just you're outside for a reason. There's no reason. Anyways, the PlayStation Showcase, I feel like a fucking idiot every time I get at least even a little bit excited for it, because they're gonna show that Goodbye Volcano High thing again. They're gonna show 30 minutes of an indie side-scrolling pixel art, and maybe Spider-Man, which is gonna be locked to the PlayStation 5 for years, so no one's gonna play it anyway. I mean, who really? What game has come out on the PlayStation? There's no body of work to own that. There's no reason to own that right now, and it's kind of like a chicken and the egg thing, because people aren't going to buy it unless there is a body of work, and they're not going to stop releasing games for the PlayStation 4 until people start buying it. So it's a weird spot. I think they're in a weird spot. Obviously, they sell more than Microsoft, and even Microsoft, like Phil Spencer, wants to commit suicide or something because he has no faith. But honestly, I don't know what they're going to do either. It's just kind of a weird year. There's nothing really.
Well, hold
no
on. This is apparently the best year for gaming in a long time. You know, we just had Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. What did you think about that?
I've been playing that for like 2 weeks now. I played it probably like the day that the leak released, and it has been pretty good. It's pretty good. It's you just fuck around with the physics stuff. And it's been a long time since I played Breath of the Wild, so it's kind of like I forgot a lot of the things about it. So there's no. They are reusing stuff. Honestly, I feel like Breath of the Wild doesn't have a reason to exist now. But also, I kind of wish that I didn't play it. I didn't play Breath of the Wild, because that kind of takes some of the air out of. What this game would be so much better if you just came into this brand new.
Well, that's what I thought. You know, I didn't play Breath of the Wild, then I played this, and I'm already bored out of my skull, bro.
It's very. The more I think about it, there is a lot of just like walking in between.
Yeah.
And so people say, I would say that, I guess even some points I would even argue that that's kind of the point, is like exploration. They have parts within eye distance that like there's always at least something on the horizon to walk towards, but then you're walking, and here it's a little bit better because you can build go-karts, you can build a whole bunch of different stuff like fans blowing carts, or have you always have a horse,
Right,
but it's there's a lot of downtime, so it's one of those things that it's one of those games where you have to put everything else down. It's like meditation, pretty much, because you have that downtime. And the music's really soft, and it's all piano, so it's one of those things where it just kind of demands your attention. But, I could see people like saying, oh, well, this is really boring. There's not a lot happening here. I have to, you do have to make your own fun with some of it. It's kind of like all of the new stuff is Minecraft-esque. You have to make your own fun. But yeah, I don't know how to, for the PlayStation thing, I'm just not sure. I don't know. I have like battered woman syndrome where I don't know whether or not they're going to break the mold of where you go to watch it, you sit down, you're excited. It's the cycle. It's like, this is going to be different. No, I remember last time it was bad, but that's because they were saving everything for this one. And then you go and you get ready to watch it, and it's the same thing. 40 minutes of, they'll definitely show Final Fantasy 16.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, well, they did a whole thing on that last time. And
they don't need to show it again then. I mean, geez.
Well, they do that thing where it's like the closer and closer it gets, it's obviously this thing's advertising. You're sitting down and you're watching advertising. So
I love to consume.
You have to kind of like you pick up on the cycle. It's an advertising cycle where the closer that this game will come to release, they're going to show more and more of it, even though it's like, all right, they've already shown everything that I'd want to watch. But for Final Fantasy 16, I think that'll be a big. I don't even know anyone who's interested in that game. Even Final Fantasy people, I don't even know, are very interested in that game. But they'll waste a lot of time on that. You'll sit down and they'll waste 20 minutes on that, and before you know it, they'll spend 30 minutes on indie games, and the clock will dwindle down, and that last 4 minutes will be, maybe something that you wanted to see.
Yeah, I mean, my game of the year right now, and it's not a game that came out this year, is Iron Lung. Have you played that?
No, but I actually honestly didn't hear about that until you mentioned it, and I went to go look at it, and it's by the guy who made Dusk. So it's an indie game, but it's not like. I guess there has been kind of a trend. I don't know if you've heard of boomer shooters, where it's like they're Doom and Quake clones.
Yeah. That
they've been releasing recently. It's one of those things where it's like the pixel platformers where it's a trend where one person does it and it gets popular. Okay.
Yep.
Then everyone does it and it's annoying because it's oversaturated. But the guy who did that did Dusk. He also did another game called Gloomwood, I think it's called, which is based on Thief, which is actually one of the most. If you're into games that have changed, basically everything, look at Thief. Or I wouldn't recommend playing it. I would just recommend looking behind the development of that, because it is like the first stealth game, or one of the first, and it's so ahead of. There's actually a good video that's like Thief versus modern AAA gaming.
Really?
And it just goes over all of the stuff that over time AAA games just like even you look at Fear, right? And it has the lights that you can shoot, and it swings, and it actually casts shadows, stuff like that they don't really do anymore. like people have just kind of like looked over those details. It's kind of annoying. Kojima also used to be a big pusher of that. Like it's like technology. So it's kind of annoying that, all that really matters anymore with games is like the skin. It's like, okay, we put a new skin on it. It's this, but we put a new skin on it. We didn't really try anything new, but you're going to buy it anyway.
Yeah, new coat of paint.
Anyway,
I mean, that's really. I can't. Hold on though. I can't believe you really sold that Steam Deck. You were so. Let me ask you this though: if they make a Steam Deck 2, would you buy it?
It would depend, because honestly, the price is a big thing. I mean, that's honestly, I don't know. That whole market is really weird. Like the people who buy that stuff.
What do you mean?
The Steam Deck. The weirder people are the ones who buy. I don't know if you've seen like any of these like mini handheld PCs, the GPD Win.
Well, there's a new one coming out. What's it called? The ROG Ally or Rally or Ally?
Yeah, the ROG Ally.
That's the new one.
Made this thing, and I sold it before they announced it, and for some, I have reason to believe that like that dropped a lot of the secondhand price for Steam Deck. So I'm glad I sold it right before they kind of announced that. But that whole market, that whole section of people who, like, if you ever interact with these type of people who buy these handheld PCs, they don't own just one, and these things are like literally $1,000 a piece. The type of people who like it's kind of like the Steam Deck but beefed up. So I think the Steam Deck at least is kind of in the middle of that. They're trying. If I'm at this point, all right, I'm not extremely into, like, I don't have a VR headset, so a lot of the PC stuff is the best reason to have a PC is because you can play anything. You can emulate. I'm playing the new Zelda game. It's crazy because we're at a point in time right now where a current console, you can emulate that, which just blows my mind. You think about that. It's like we've never been in a situation where a current gen console that is releasing brand new games for it, you can emulate that on a PC. And not even like a crazy PC. Like you can emulate Tears of the Kingdom on the Steam Deck, which is like sub PS4 power. So that's kind of like the beauty of it, of PC gaming. But the other part is kind of like, all right, it's tinkering. I think you kind of have an idea with the whole, these people like to tinker and then they don't play games.
Yeah.
That's kind of the journey with these things. Is that you buy a Steam Deck, you put emulators on it, you put all the shit on it, and then it's like, all right, well, I'm going to go put this on the counter here, and I'm not going to touch it. So that is a big thing with PC gaming. I think that it has kind of taken over, and I think tech YouTubers are fucking garbage. It's just slop, trying to sell you slop. Like, especially PC gaming is in a very dire place right now with the price of video cards. There's no reason for video cards to be as expensive as they are. People just trying to sell you a bunch of shit. When, you know, the whole point is that you're supposed to play games that you enjoy. So that's kind of the upside of it. But as far as the Steam Deck goes, if they make a revision where it's like OLED, it's smaller, the battery life is better. That's the other thing, is that when I played the Steam Deck, I was streaming from my PC because the battery life was kind of crappy without doing that. So, and you would reach 60 FPS because it would just be from my PC. So if I'm going to do that, I'll just do it on my phone. Like, you already own this $1,000 thing, this phone that you already paid for. It can do all of this stuff. And the only reason that the Steam Deck has to exist is for this magical situation in your head where you ride on the train or you're on the plane multiple times a week without internet, and it just doesn't exist. And at that point, even then, it's like, am I going to be on, like, I even would commute and I would like go back and forth on like an hour bus ride. And I just didn't feel like taking it out. I'd rather watch a movie or listen to music. Like, playing video games in public, it's not relaxing. It's not fun. I don't understand people who can, like, I mean, handheld games are a completely different thing. They've changed. They don't really exist anymore. Like, they don't make games for handheld anymore, which is another thing. But, yeah, not to get on a rant, I'm sure people want to get on to the next person.
Oh, I'm interested. I'm interested because, I mean, you were really into the Steam Deck, you know, about a year or so, or whenever that was.
Because, well, to be honest, my situation was different. I was working full time from home, right. And so I was able to kind of be anywhere I wanted to be. So I would be away from home working, and I wouldn't be by my main PC. So it's like, all right, that's a really good thing to have. Like, I've beaten so many games on the Steam Deck because I wasn't home over the summer, or, you know, just because I wasn't home. But, you know, if you're home, or if you only take a few trips at a time, and even then you have to also put on the prerequisite, okay, you do not have internet, it eliminates the reason for it to exist. it doesn't run as well as streaming. Like, people kind of over-exaggerate the amount of, like, how much internet you need to stream stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's a big thing that people that, like, but what about the people in nowhere? It's like, dude, people even in, like, I don't want to say flyover states, but, you know, people in where, like, internet is fine now. Internet is fine now. It's not 10 years ago. Like, all it takes is 15 megabits per second down to or is it 1.5? Whatever. You know, you don't need crazy internet to stream this shit. They compress it. The technology is there. That's another crazy thing to think about. I don't want to get into a tangent, but you think about streaming in general and the future of gaming, and just whenever you pull like a Game Pass stream up on your computer or on your phone, right? Think about it. This game is running like it's like there's a computer running this game somewhere else, and the only thing that there is a physical wired connection between me and that server. Okay, there's my modem, right? My modem connects wirelessly to my phone, whatever. But that game goes from the server to the public internet, and it gets wired via physical wires, either fiber or whatever, all the way to your location, to your modem. So there is a physical connection between you and the server running this game, even if it is, you know, a Microsoft server somewhere. That's just a crazy thought. But that's the infrastructure. That's how, like, these giant mega corporations are able to, you know, to have this new streaming technology. It's just a crazy thought.
I mean, it really is. I mean, it's really bizarre when you think about it like that. It really is. We're living in the future.
It's a physical connection.
Yeah, we're living in the future.
It's like the Sony PlayStation, right? It's running a video game, and it has a physical wired connection to your TV. All right, well, it's like literally the same thing. You have a video game running on a server. I know they have a bunch of servers all over the country, which is another crazy thought. It's like they have all of these PCs strictly meant to run video games throughout the entire country. But there's a physical wired connection from your modem to that server. I know there's a bunch of proxy stuff that it's going through, but it's going through it's all wired. And so that's how you get this instant, like almost instant button press to video feedback. But yeah, that's a whole different can of worms, the future. And I think Microsoft kind of has their head on straight there, because, you know, I'm not going to say this is the last gen of consoles, but I mean, just look how poorly this one went.
Ugh.
Like, look how poorly the start of this went. You could say that for every generation. Look how poorly it went. But, like, it's never been this bad where people are just like, I will hold on to my PS4. Like, there weren't people holding on to the PS3. They just stopped making games for it pretty early on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this is a unique situation where it made people realize that, like, wait, maybe I don't need to buy the snake oil to play the same games, because they really haven't taken advantage of it so far. Like, really in any way. I mean, you could, like, look at the Switch. It's a fucking tablet, and it's running basically like the same framework of any other game. It's an open world game. There's like minimal loading screens. Same shit.
Yeah, and it sold 10 million copies in 3 days.
Well, yeah, it just shows you how sometimes because I didn't honestly see any marketing for that game. I know it was like word of mouth, and, you know, it's Nintendo, so it's going to get built in.
Right, yeah.
People are going to, you know, talk about it, but you know, I didn't really see any crazy, like, forspoken football ad marketing for that game. It's you know, it's one of those things where, okay, maybe sometimes when they keep their head down and they wait until a game is done and release it, sometimes that wins. So, you know, it's there are ups and downs. I think the future is murky, if anything, but there are things to look forward to. As much as I dislike Fallout 4, I'm interested in Starfield. It's been, over 10 years since I went and I bought the Skyrim, whatever, Legendary Edition.
Holy shit.
And it's been over fucking a decade. It's insane. It's so crazy. It's been over 10 years. And that is the last, big, Elder Scrolls fantasy game. It's crazy when you think about how sparse teams like Rockstar and Bethesda actually they mix up the releases. It's like the last big Bethesda game I could think of is Fallout 4, and that was what, 2014?
Yeah,
almost 10 years ago.
Yeah, I know, it's insane, bro. And that's just where we're at now. Imagine if it just takes even longer to make these games in the future. I mean, it's just it's not even viable anymore.
Yeah, it's because if it flops, it's like, okay, there's 10 years of development in the fucking
all down
garbage.
the drain. Yep.
Well, I mean, that's kind of why I can understand. I don't like it, but when they turn these things into platforms, like
you kind of have to.
Online,
you kind of have to. You have to
for the investment, for the amount of investment that they put into these things. They have to kind of secure the future of these and make sure that and that's why it's crazy when you have a game like that fails, and then it's just like this dead economy, dead everything, dead world, like Red Dead Online. That was crazy, because as much as they half-hearted it, right? They kind of put their foot half in the water on that.
Right.
It was still they still tried. You could still see some kind of economy. They put a budget into it. There's missions with voice acting for that shit.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know anyone who played that.
I played it for 20 minutes when it came out, and I said, well, that's not for me. I'm going back to the single player.
It kind of defeats all the purpose of. They should have went full in on what makes Red Dead good with that, but they ended up just trying to do kind of a half GTA Online, half Red Dead thing with that. So. All right, I'm going to get off because I'm sure people are ready for
one more question. One more question. What is your game of the year so far, if you have one?
Game of the year so far? There's, it's going to be Resident Evil 4.
No!
Yeah.
Oh, my God, bro.
No, that was a good game. Come on.
What did you think about the Chromecast video?
The Chromecast video was understandable, but I wasn't too. I played Resident Evil 4 a long time ago.
Oh, here we go.
I wasn't I'm not the kind of guy who replays, games 3 times. But it's different. It came out. It was good, right? There was nothing. There's no. And games have bugs. I never give a. When people say oh my God, Skyrim's so buggy, it's what the fuck are you doing? Why are you not playing the game correctly? Why are you sliding up a mountain? Why are you doing that? You're playing it incorrectly. Oh my God, when I get slammed by this hammer, I fly 60 feet in the air. It's okay. How does that affect your perception of the game? It's so, when people complain about bugs, it's so stupid. But that game came out, nothing, rock solid. It was Operator Kino. The voice acting was terrible, but the actual game itself was just, I think it was just well put together,
Well, that's all you can hope for. That's all you can hope for these days. I mean,
that's the dire state that we're in right now, where it's oh my God, a game came out and I could play it, and it's people put thought into it, and it's not falling apart, and it doesn't have microtransactions, it doesn't have all this slop. There's nothing in my way of enjoying it. So, it's a good game, but I think it just kind of speaks to this year. This year has been fucking garbage.
Well, what about the Dead Space remake? You didn't like that?
There's no reason for that game to get remade.
That's exactly.
And there's no reason for that video game to get remade. I mean, okay, it's been over 10 years. All right. But on the other hand, like, that came out at a time when kind of the new generation of, okay, people were copying Resident Evil 4, but Dead Space is kind of like the template for modern horror games for a long time. The over-the-shoulder, third-person, like, and there's not much that has aged extremely poorly about that game. Okay, you can update the graphics, but like, you shouldn't be remaking a game just to update the graphics, because just make a sequel. Put the man hours in to make a sequel then.
Yeah, I thought they should have did their own thing instead of just
I'm tired of remakes.
Yeah,
I'm so
it's
tired
just
of
boring.
remakes. Even like with the Resident Evil 4 remake, I liked it because I wasn't too crazy. I wasn't a huge Resident Evil 4 player before then, so it was kind of almost like a new thing for me. But the remake shit is getting really old. It's like the people who are they will say, like, why isn't anything new? Why is nothing new coming out? And then they buy the remake. Like,
Exactly.
What the fuck are you doing? You're like shooting yourself in the foot. I don't understand, like, the only people who should buy remakes are people who've never played the game before, and that is it.
Well,
That's
probably
it.
that's
Like,
well, yeah. I mean, that's why they make these remakes, because they're trying to get a totally new audience in.
but we have a game like Last of Us that's been remade 3 times.
Oh.
Everyone's played that game already. The only people who haven't played it are people on different platforms.
Or the HBO fans.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's kind of, well, there you go. It's all marketing. Whatever.
Yeah, well,
All right, I'm gonna hop
that's
off.
basically why they made it, to get ahead of that HBO series, because they knew that was going to take off. And
Yeah. It's all marketing. But anyways, I'm going to hop off because I'm sure people are ready for the next person. Keep rolling the wheels.
oh yeah, bro, appreciate you.
It's over.
I can't believe he sold the Steam Deck, bro. Holy shit. That was a twist right there. He sold his Steam Deck, bro. He used to call in and shill that thing so hard. Crazy. All right, let's take a look at the poll here. Whew, it's cold out here, bro. They said the PlayStation Showcase is going to be maybe better than the... Hello, you're on the air.
People,
Huh? If you would like to call in, 818-824-4937. That is the number to call in. 818-824-4937. Let's do another poll here, and let's see what game you guys are potentially anticipating here for this showcase. Spider-Man 2, Silent Hill 2, Last of Us multiplayer. You can't do anything. Hello, you're on the air.
hey, what's up, Michael?
Yeah, hello, you're on the air. What's your name? Where you calling from?
I'm Peter, bro. You always say I'm a fake.
Oh, I don't remember you.
Fake fan of yours.
Are you the?
Bro,
You're
you
the
know
feet.
exactly-
You're the feet pit guy.
The what?
Oh, I don't know who you are.
Bro, you know exactly who I am. You always say I'm a fake account. I'm a real person, bro. And everyone says I'm real. You always just say I'm fake. Doesn't matter, bro. I'm calling in from Houston, and I'm a Sony fanboy, bro. I have my PS5
Really?
waiting. I'm waiting for these games, bro. Like, I cannot wait. Spider-Man 2, Ghost of Tsushima 2, and whatever else. I'm not getting, Metal Gear Solid and any of that crap.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just waiting for, like, the big one.
Yeah, well, we'll see next week what happens.
Yeah, man. Xbox, it's over for Xbox, bro.
It might be. I mean, next week this
Just
time
sell it,
we
bro.
might
Just sell it while you can make some cash off it, because eventually, like, you're gonna realize it's worthless, bro. Starfield, I'm sorry to say this, but it's gonna flop, bro. Like, stop selling this game, bro. Stop it. Please stop, bro. Like, you're giving these Xbox hope, bro. Like,
What do you mean? It's Bethesda. How you're just mad you don't have it on PlayStation?
What are you talking about? I had an Xbox 360, bro. That was a great console. Bro.
Well, I know, and it's never been as good as it's never been that good.
Exactly, bro. So I'm not. I don't hate. I'm just giving you these guys are being robbed, bro. These Xbox fanboys, bro. You're being robbed, and you know it, but you're just coping, bro. Like I don't know what's going on. Bro.
Well, right now they both have they have no games. I don't know why. I was contemplating selling both consoles, because there's just nothing to play.
Nah. Don't sell your PlayStation. I'm telling you, just wait for next Wednesday. You're gonna.
Well, I hope.
I hope you're gonna see, bro. Yeah, man. Let's move the wheels, bro. Thanks for taking the call, bro.
Oh yeah. All right, let's finish this poll up here. Spider-Man 2, Silent Hill 2, Last of Us multiplayer, and let's say Ghost of Tsushima 2. I really think they're gonna tease that. I don't know how to spell Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima 2. Let's see. I really think that's going to be the surprise big tease. Ghost of Tsushima 2, and everyone's going to foam at the mouth over that. Gary from the Vault came in while we were having a call. And please don't vote for Silent Hill 2. No one wants to play Silent Hill 2. Hello, you're on the air.
Hey, Michael.
Yeah, hello, you're on the air.
I'm from Canada.
Oh, hell yeah.
My name's Duncan. My name's Duncan in the chat. What's up, bro?
What's up? Well, what do you think about the PlayStation Showcase?
I think we're going to see some big titles. This June is going to be packed full of great gaming news, hopefully.
Yeah.
We got the Summer Game Fest in person this year.
Really?
Yeah, you can get tickets online. Jeff Keighley or I forget what his name is, but
yeah.
He announced that Summer's Game Fest is going to be in LA at the YouTube Theater in person. So, but yeah, I think we're going to see definitely Spider-Man 2 news for sure. I'm hyped about that. I'm pre-ordering that right away.
Oh yeah.
You can. I've been a fan of Spider-Man my whole life, so gotta get that.
It's over.
I think there's a 50-50 chance we see Ghost of Tsushima 2.
Midnight Shepherd super chatted $9.99. What is good that is coming to PlayStation?
The grass or whatever.
Nothing. Xbox has Starfield coming.
I don't know.
They also have Fallout and Elder Scrolls. They own Bethesda and the Activision deal went through. Keeping my Xbox.
Well, I think the showcase could be really good or it could be pretty mid. I don't know. Obviously Spider-Man 2 is going to be there and it's going to be big, and that might be the only big thing they have, but I guess we'll see next week.
Yeah, for sure. I try to call in most of the time, but
yeah. Well, we don't really open up the lines too often, so.
Yeah, I'm young and I get nervous,
yeah.
But
no, it's all good, man.
Official source Troy's been telling me to call in, and he said, "What's up?"
Hell yeah.
And so yeah,
well,
I'm
listen,
a big supporter of the show.
Hell yeah, man.
I haven't been able to support lately, but
no, it's all good.
I'm glad I can now.
It's all good, man. Hell yeah, we appreciate that.
But yeah, Michael, you have a good one, bro. I hope you have a good night and all that. Oh yeah, will you be playing Oblivion tonight?
Well, I have yet to install it, so it's one of those things. I don't know. Probably not.
Yeah, for sure. So if you had to pick a game of the year this year, what would it be? If you had to pick one, if someone was pointing a gun at your head and said, "What game would you play for the rest of the year that came out?" What would you play that came out this year?
Well, I don't know. The only good game I played this year was Iron Lung, but that didn't come out this year. That was the only interesting game I played where it was actually something different. It wasn't the same old game. Everything else is the same.
All these games are the same. I feel like the Last of Us factions or whatever it is, I think it's going to bring something new to the table.
Yeah.
But it's Naughty Dog, so they deliver pretty big games.
Oh yeah, I think that might be more interesting than maybe even Spider-Man. I don't know. We'll see. If Naughty Dog really delivers this ambitious multiplayer game that's bigger than anything that we've seen in a while, then I think it could have a massive potential.
Yeah, for sure. I think so too. And Ghost of Tsushima, I think they're going to focus on the multiplayer, to be honest.
Probably, yeah.
Because they did really good with that multiplayer last year.
Yeah, I never played
or
that.
the year before when they released it. They did really good with that. I know a lot of people that played that and they liked it. So I think they're going to focus on that this year and like make a good story. But I think multiplayer is going to be their focus for that next year, 2025.
More than probably.
For multiplayer. So when do you think we'll get some GTA 6 teasers, Michael? Or
I don't know.
Cause I'm young. I'm like 15, so I still have a life ahead of me. But I'm hoping it comes out before I'm 17, so I can experience of it before I grow up. You know.
Yep.
So I can like experience it in a way that makes sense. But I don't know. They're having their earnings call today.
Really?
But yeah, they're having Take-Two's earnings call. But all these like fake fans are like, oh, we're gonna get a GTA 6 teaser. No, the fuck you aren't, bro. It's an earnings call. What the fuck? They're gonna talk about how much they made, how much they like earned this year. They ain't gonna say anything about GTA 6. The closest thing they're gonna say is like, we're doing good on our next GTA series. In our GTA series, we're doing good on that.
Yeah.
That's all they're gonna say. People, like, there's live streams right now, like clickbaiting the fuck out of people saying GTA 6 trailer just dropped.
Oh man, wow.
Like, bro, yeah, it's fucking pretty bad.
That's crazy.
But yeah, so I do think Starfield will be a high praise game. I think it's going to bring a lot new to the table. Bethesda can really bring new people to the Xbox if they capitalize.
Yep.
And is that a yearly exclusive to Xbox, or is that or is that just on Xbox?
No, I think it's just
Like
on. I think it's just on Xbox.
Oh yeah, yeah. So these I think the Xbox Showcase and the Starfield Showcase can bring a lot, but that Forza shit gets old. It's a racing game. I don't think.
Yeah, I mean,
Forza.
it does get it does get old.
Forza's the same shit. You drive around Mexico City in your fucking Lamborghini, fucking doing races. It's so dumb. Like, who the fuck wants to play that every 2 years? It's so dumb. I think when Starfield comes out, I think Xbox will open up to more games, more titles, more experiences. And I think Starfield can be Game of the Year, but let's just hope they don't delay it.
Yeah, that would suck.
They show off that good gameplay.
Yeah, we'll see.
Because
June 11th.
June 11th. Sorry for taking up the show, Mike.
No, it's all right, man. Well, listen, we appreciate you calling in, man.
Yeah.
Take care.
And I don't play Fortnite for anyone that's asking in chat. I fucking hate that game.
Oh.
Because I fucking know these trolls in chat like,
Yeah.
oh my god, he's 15 calling into the show.
Yeah. Well,
Shut your fucking mouth, you fat ass behind the keyboard. Don't talk shit.
Midnight Shepherd coming through with a 10. Oh, man. Midnight Shepherd coming through with a 10. What is good? And that is coming to PlayStation. Nothing. Xbox has Starfield coming. They have Fallout and Elder Scrolls. That's what I'm saying. That's what people don't understand. Look, everything is dependent on Starfield's success. Because, look, if Starfield sucks, why would you care about the next Elder Scrolls? Why would you care about Fallout? If modern Bethesda can't do it, if Todd Howard can't lead the team in the right direction to, put out a Starfield experience that's actually, worthwhile, then why would you care about the future of the Elder Scrolls, the future of Fallout? You wouldn't. Or you would put it on the back burner and say, well, modern Bethesda just sucks. You have to understand, this is it for Bethesda. This is their big moment. It really is. And I honestly believe that Starfield will be good. I think it'll be a sleeper hit of the year. I think it'll be... Hello, you're on the air. Hello, you're on the air.
What up, Michael?
Yeah, hello, you're on the air.
What's up, man? What? Did they show any games today, man?
No, it's next week. Next week. Well, Mortal Kombat tomorrow.
What?
Who is this?
Mortal Kombat what?
Mortal Kombat, I don't know, 12 or something.
Hell yeah! You excited for that one?
No.
Why?
Because it's the same game.
What?
Who wants to play Mortal Kombat, bro?
Bro, you don't like fighting games?
No.
You don't like fighting games at all?
I mean, it's the same game every year, every other year.
So is Madden?
Yeah, but it's football.
What? Updated rosters. That's all you get.
I mean, what else can you do with it? It's football.
Well, I mean, man, you need to go back and look at the old games. I've been playing NFL 2K5. Man.
Oh yeah, well that is a classic. I ain't gonna lie.
That is the GOAT. But I will give you this. You got me interested in Starfield. I can't even lie. I started researching it, looking it up, and man, it do look interesting. I'm kind of envious that the PlayStation ain't getting it. I'll give you that.
Well, then you better hope it sucks, because if it's good, you might have to sign up for Game Pass on something.
Man, I don't know. I don't wish them to do bad, but I mean, I might just miss out on it. I'll just play. I'll just stick with my Mortal Kombat or college football next year.
Oh yeah, they're bringing the college football back. That's gonna be cool. I'll probably get that if it's good.
You gonna get on it?
I gotta see the college football experience, bro.
Man, I still play. I've been playing a lot of my old consoles. Like I still be playing the PS2 and my Xbox 360. Man, it's legit, man. But
yeah.
What you got kids on here cussing for?
What?
What you got kids on here cussing? I heard the caller before me, man. Well, I mean, I play Fortnite.
Yeah.
It ain't a damn thing wrong with it.
What are you talking about?
Man, look, it's dumb fun. What you want me to say? It's dumb fun.
You don't even play video games, bro. You trolling.
Nah, man, I promise you.
All right. You said you're from Texas too? Or you said you're from Texas too?
Do what?
You're from Texas?
Nah, man. Nah, I'm from Tennessee.
Oh, there's no way.
Yeah, man.
Well, shit, we can go to Memphis, and you can show me the spots in Memphis, Tennessee, right there. Holy shit.
Memphis? No.
What do you mean? They got Elvis Presley's mansion.
You get shot up in Memphis. What you talking about?
Shot up in that? What you mean? It's worse than Chicago?
Memphis? I don't know. That's a toss-up, Bucko. I ain't been to Chicago. I know it's nicknamed Chirac. That ain't good.
No.
Man.
Well, what about Nashville?
That's where you at.
What about Nashville?
Nashville, okay. I mean, it's packed as hell, but I mean, it's straight. I live in a small, it's a mediocre little town called Tullahoma, man. It's nice out here.
Oh, I bet.
Chicago? You in Chicago?
Well, maybe.
Man, what side?
Well, I'm not in Chicago. I'm not in Chicago right now.
I didn't think so. Because I'll be watching live streams and I don't be hearing one damn gunshot.
No.
I'm being honest.
It ain't that. We were just in Chicago. We didn't hear no gunshots.
Well, when you was with the good senator.
Exactly, Oh,
man. Y'all must be on the rich side of Chicago or something.
Well, I mean, yeah. Why would you go down to the south side or west? I mean.
I think that's what you should do. That's what you should do your next live stream. South side.
No.
Why?
You want me to die?
It's that bad in Chicago?
I mean, it could be. I don't know. Depends on who you run into.
No. Hell no. There was another question I was gonna ask you, man. What's the? I know you be hating on games, but what's the best game you played this year?
Yeah, I mean, they've
Don't
all.
say Iron Lung, bro.
What do you mean, Iron Lung? I played it this year. I beat the whole game. It was like 30 minutes long. Good.
30 minutes? Man, it should be. Oh my gosh. No, it needs to be at least 5 hours or something. Not no damn 30 minutes. Well, submarines. I don't know what you be playing, Bucko.
What are you playing that's so good? You said you're playing old games and.
Man, NFL 2K. Well, I'm gonna tell you my playlist. The games I'll be playing right now. NFL 2K5, PS2, Xbox 360, NCAA 14. I play Mario Party with the wife. PS4, man, that's the. Now, see, I know I'm gonna be judged, but it's Resident Evil 4 Remake. I'm on my third playthrough, and I be getting on the boys on Fortnite. I mean, so what?
Oh my God, bro!
It's better than Warzone.
Oh yeah.
I mean, what battle royale game you like? If you like any.
They're all garbage.
See, oh my God, Michael. Not everything can be garbage.
What do you mean?
Not everything can be garbage, man. And so they showing Mortal Kombat 12 tomorrow?
Yep, tomorrow.
Is it a trailer, gameplay, what?
I don't know.
Shit, whoa, boy, Mortal Kombat hot right now. You know Mortal Kombat 2 coming out next year.
Oh.
Yeah, what did you think about that 2021?
What, Mortal Kombat?
The reboot. Yeah.
Oh, you watched that slop?
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. It's mid, man, but I still watch it. Hell, I still watch Annihilation, man. I'm just being honest. So you didn't like the movie?
No, I don't. All that video game movie crap sucks. I mean, The Last of Us was terrible. Oh my God, you watched it and loved it, didn't you? Don't lie, bro.
I haven't watched the last episode, but yeah, I have watched it. It's straight.
Horrible casting. I mean, they don't even look like the characters. They don't even know how to act. I mean, the whole damn thing's horrible.
Hey, man. I don't know, man. Which I'll be honest. I'm going to be judged, too. I ain't played the game. So, that, too, could have helped my viewing, if you want me to be honest.
Well, there you go. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
See? So, I mean. But you ain't. All right. You ain't seen one video game movie adaptation that was good. We're finna call cap right now.
No.
Not one.
No. They're all terrible.
95 Mortal Kombat ain't good.
Oh, I've never seen it, but.
All right, what have you? Have you seen the first Silent Hill movie?
Nope.
What? Hey, that was good. They made a second one though. Don't watch that one.
I think they made a third one.
Hey, but yeah, there's talks. I tell you what, I'm really clamoring for though, and I think a lot of people in the chat is too. We want to see you play that Oblivion, bro.
Oh my God!
I know, man. I about bought it just because you mentioned it. I said, man.
Well, I mean, it is good. I mean, the graphics are old, but.
Graphics are shit now, but man, I wish they remastered that one.
Yeah, they keep remastering Skyrim instead, which is inferior in my opinion.
It is. I don't know. I had to play them back to back and see. Yeah, it's one of the best games I've ever played. Skyrim, and I just recently beat this beauty called before Resident Evil from Fortnite. My life was taken over by Elden Ring.
Oh man.
Man, don't start, Michael. That game is good.
There's no way, bro. I gotta come down there to Tennessee. You really in Tennessee, or are you trolling right now?
I'm Tennessee. I promise you. I promise you.
I love the accent. This is dude. This is amazing, bro. We got to get to Nashville then. You said Memphis is too. I've been to Memphis and well.
Boy, you survived it. Hey, you a real one.
What do you mean? Is it, dude?
Chicago.
I went to the Elvis Presley Mansion, Graceland, baby.
Oh gosh, Michael, go to Southside Memphis.
Whoa.
Where you shoot a three at somebody's face and they got the toolie on them. Toolie mean gun. I'm trying to teach you a little bit of slang too.
Well, I mean,
I don't know, man. I don't really mess with Nashville like that. Murfreesboro, it's just as big as Nashville. But shit. Yeah, your ass need to get that Oblivion. Get on it. And if I miss the damn live stream, I catch it the next day.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn. You know, I fucks with you. We fucks with you out here in Tennessee.
That's what we're talking about. Holy shit.
Yeah, man. Pardon my language. I know you don't be cussing, but no, I'm messing. I know you do. But yeah, man. I'm gonna go ahead and get in this gym, man. Nice chatting with you.
Hell yeah, hitting the gym, pumping
man.
the iron.
Got to get these games, man.
It's
Yeah.
over.
All right, man.
Hell yeah, bro. Appreciate
it's over.
it. It's over.
Snurf super chatted $10. Michael hasn't played Oblivion. He's scared of the greatness. Can't go
That ain't
12
true.
rounds with the fan in the arena.
How have I not played it? Here we go. Bro, I got saves on my 360 from like 2007. But they're very bizarre. Let's just put, I did the duplication glitch in Oblivion and I spawned like 100 fucking pumpkins and the frame rate went down to like 2 frames. It was really crazy. So we did crazy shit back then on Oblivion. Gary from the Vault coming through. Let's take a look at the poll here. We started it 20 minutes ago, and people are saying that Spider-Man 2 is the most anticipated. Man, if they show that game off, and it really looks like totally different, and the graphics are so fucking like truly next gen, it might be game of the year. I don't know. I mean, like, I'm not a hardcore Marvel Spider-Man guy. I mean, I've seen the first 3 Tobey Maguire movies and the latest one where they all 3 come back, and that's about the extent. But if they can improve upon every aspect, then in my opinion that could be very interesting to say the least. Could be very interesting to say the least. I haven't played New Vegas either. I mean, I have, but not. I've played Oblivion more than New Vegas. So, let's end the poll. They said Spider-Man 2. I'm surprised you guys didn't pick Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah, I know New Vegas is Obsidian, but the modern day Obsidian is trash. Outer Wilds or Worlds or whatever that game is called. I know those are 2 different games there, but that space one they made is not good. That is pure Game Pass slop. It's pure Game Pass slop is what it is. Pure Game Pass slop. All right, if you would like to call in here, 818-824-4937. If you would like to call in here, 818-824-4937. Hello, you're on the air.
Yo, Michael, it's Duncan again.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
I just had a quick question for you.
Yeah.
So, is there any way to do you have a PO box or something like that?
No, I don't have any of that stuff.
Really?
I probably should. I probably should do a PO box. We can do unboxings and stuff like that. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'll think about it. Yeah, I'll think about it.
So, we got to get you on this Oblivion, man. Come on.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'd have to install it, yeah.
We all want to see it, Michael. All the fans want to see it.
I guess they do.
And
yeah.
last night they did come through pretty hard, so.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah. To all the real fans out there, Michael appreciates everything you do for him. Even all the fake ones. You know what I mean. All the fake ones, they can go fuck themselves. Sorry.
She don't love, and it's so sad. Oh, man. All right, if you would like to call in, we're going to do last round on calls here. Last round on calls. 818-824-4937. Last round on calls. Before we wrap it up here. 818-824-4937. 818-824-4937 if you'd like to call in. She don't love and it's so sad. She don't love and it's so sad. She don't love and it's so... Oh, no, everyone's calling in. Literally the entire system is breaking. Literally the entire system is breaking. Hello, you're on the air.
Hello?
Yeah, hello, you're on the air.
I just wanted to call in real quick and just let anyone know if
Oh, this is hold on. This is Pound Sand, isn't it?
No, they call me Lil Frisbee.
What?
All right, if you're planning on buying Ghost of Tsushima 2, just remember that the first game, vote with your wallet. Just remember the first game had the hot springs, and for no reason they already had the underwear model. But when you use the hot springs of Ghost of Tsushima 1, it showed your main character's butt cheeks for no reason. Both trash, don't play it.
Hello, you're on the air. Kurt Cobain is back from the dead. Holy shit! Well, that might have to just wait. I mean, I don't think we can top that. That's the last caller of the show. Holy shit. Alrighty. Next week, the PlayStation Showcase. We will be covering it live. They just announced it today. That's why we're coming in, because this is massive. This is not State of Play. This is the PlayStation Showcase, which is much different, hopefully, than the State of Play. The State of Play is usually just, upcoming stuff. This is more like the future of the PlayStation brand and updates on big titles and stuff like that. It's not State of Play, although the last PlayStation Showcase wasn't really that exciting. I mean, they did show Spider-Man 2 and I think Wolverine, but outside of those two, I don't remember anything else. However, 1 week from today, next Wednesday, PlayStation Showcase. They're going to pull the curtain back, and we're going to likely see Spider-Man 2. I think that's 100% on this. And then whatever else they have up their sleeve. And hopefully it's interesting, hopefully it's compelling, and hopefully it gives us a reason to care about the PS5 going forward here. Because right now, I would argue there's not much of a reason to care about the PlayStation 5, to be totally frank. So, with that said, it looks like everyone's most anticipated game here at the PlayStation Showcase is Spider-Man 2, and I'm very much so looking forward to that. We covered Spider-Man back in the day, and we had some problems with Spider-Man, and we said that the cracks were starting to show, and you had to climb towers, and it was just a shut it down situation where it didn't make sense. It's like, wow, you make this, unique Spider-Man game that's like, the best Spider-Man game of all time potentially here, and then you shoehorn in Ubisoft mechanics and, just these tropes that Ubisoft has been, slamming in their open worlds for a long time now, and it's just like, wow, you could have done something unique, you could have done something different here, and they just kind of failed to do that. Now, with Spider-Man 2 built from the ground up on PS5, I'm expecting some serious stuff. I really am. So the bar has been, for expectations, the bar has been raised for Spider-Man 2. So they're going to have to really show this off, and it's going to have to be really rock solid and really impressive in order for me to get really excited about another Spider-Man game, because I played Miles Morales, that was hot and ready DLC, and they keep putting out the same game. Like, they just announced that you can buy Spider-Man PS4, the standalone edition that was remastered. Like, it's like, we've already played that game. Show me Spider-Man 2. Give me a reason to care about this freaking thing. And hopefully they do just that. And if we get anything else on top of that, then I think it could be a pretty good showcase here. But we will see. And then Xbox is going after this on June 11th, and they have Starfield and whatever else Phil Spencer is trying to get working and make it happen over at Xbox. So it's going to be an interesting time, and it's going to be hopefully an exciting time. But we shall see. So join us next week for our coverage of the PlayStation Showcase. Of course, we'll be live before that and with multiple shows and stuff like that. But next week, we're obviously going to be covering this on Wednesday, May 24th. So with that said, that is going to do it. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, tagging along, supporting the show. And with that said, we will see you guys later. It's over. Hey there, mister. We let the simpleton out of the asylum.